Last session was a little bit short due to the storm and everything.
And technical difficulties.
Technical difficulty. But you woke up for the day in the Goblin Village, the Rustbone tribe, and found the Hobgoblin regiment there who you were planning to travel with in a few days, packing up to go earlier than expected. Apparently, they received news of Xanathar forces in Skullport kind of amassing and kind of being threatening. Their settlement was close to Skullport. They wanted to get back as soon as they could in case they needed to defend their stronghold of Strongholder. Then you also kind of had a little bit of shenanigans where you confronted Yex the Tall and managed to steal away his magical circlet that made him appear to be a human, and now he's back to being a goblin again. And but you managed to, even through all the weirdness, get away enough that supposedly you kind of left after that. But Yex the Tall, I guess, is going to be potentially dethroned, and hopefully your friend Orktar put in power in his place.
Hopefully. Kind of felt like it was better to get out of Dodge after all that shenanigans.
So
go back later when it's died down.
Travel with the hobgoblins to a secret, semi-secret route out of Undermountain into the Underdark. Took several days of travel. You've now actually been underground for an entire 10 days.
Oh wow! Really?
Yep. Since you started, you've been down for a week. This game's version of a week, which is 10 days. And you've made it to the other side into the Hobgoblin stronghold here called Strongholder. You met with Warlord Azrock and managed to not upset him enough to allow you to stay there for the night to rest. His wife, Lorcana, she traveled with you back to your quarters and kind of explained that, you know what, my husband is blind and has been since birth. He's used this magical dagger to see and has granted him the ability to gain the power he has. But recently, some Durgar, which are dark dwarves, stole it. And he is effectively blind now. And so he's wanting to defend his stronghold from the Drow, who are amassing on the east, and the Xanathar, who seem to be amassing on the west, but yet he's blind and unable to lead his people into battle, and he's kind of stuck. And she's tasked you with trying to find this dagger from the Iron Eye clan dwarves who've stolen it. And I believe that catches us up. Is there anything I'm missing there?
Where's these dwarf clan at? I can't remember.
Well, Lorcana told you that they stole the dagger and escaped. They escaped to Skullport, which is very close by as far as distance to travel goes. It's probably several hours travel to the west from this area. She informed you that there's a tunnel to the west and it goes south, and it leads to Skullport. She said you do also have identification papers that have been given to all of you that allows you, when you show them, gives, if anybody asks, it should give you, essentially free exploration of the city within reason. Can't obviously go into secured areas, but you can walk around the town as a visitor, as a guest. And Lorcana said that she would make an excuse for you if you were to leave soon, as to why this new band of adventurers who came to help us have left. So we're going to try and cover your reason for leaving. So what I'd like to start with is we're going to start with both of you doing perception checks with disadvantage.
It's going to not get better than that. Nope. 9.
You sleep soundly. Nothing rouses you during the night. Well,
Being roused us during the night.
you wake up in the morning. Actually, you wake up from your sleep, or and you feel a tingling sensation around your back of your head, around your ears, as if something is trying to probe into your mind, and your ring of mind shielding kind of is warm on your finger, and you can feel that it's protecting you from some sort of intrusion. Now, the way that ring works is you have the choice to allow whatever it is to come in, but you also can, obviously, it's blocked essentially by default.
But do I know the nature of what's coming in before I allow it? They can only telepathically communicate with me. An attack is different.
Okay, so we'll say that you can recognize that someone is attempting to communicate with you, and it's being blocked.
Okay. Before I allow this, what does this ring? If I can allow someone to communicate, can I cut it off too?
I could say, yeah, you'll be able to do that. Let them in
Okay.
and stop it. It may, depending on the circumstances, it may require perhaps a wisdom save or something like that to overpower whatever it is after you let it in.
I'm the creepiest thing ever.
Depending on what it is.
Okay. So I'm gonna let
We let it.
Where's Renaer?
Well, you've just woken up and you feel this sensation, and you kind of blink your eyes. Draken's still sleeping.
Oh, Renaer's not here.
Melannor is still sleeping. Renaer is nowhere to be seen within this room.
That must be the perception thing. All right. Yeah, let's let them in. I'll tell Melannor and Draken what's going on.
You wake them up, and you kind of will the telepathic message coming in to allow entry. And you hear this voice kind of scrambling, kind of static voice for a second. It's, can you hear me? Can you hear me? This is Sargauth from the Cheeky Pluckers. Can you hear me? You may respond to this message. Then the message kind of
yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. A moment passes, and then another message comes. And you're making me use more than one spell slot just to communicate with you. This is ridiculous. Anyway, where are you? We came back to the Goblin Village, and you were all gone. The hobgoblins gone. Everyone's gone. What's going on? You may respond.
Hobgoblins had to leave early because of an impending attack in Skullport. We're on level 3 in Adkar's camp. Azrok's camp.
Okay. It costs a spell slot every time she sends a message to you, and you don't get another one. You think you pretty much message received, okay, and she's not going to spend the spell slot to say okay to you. Essentially, that's what you get after waiting a moment or two. But so you are all awake now, here within Stromcolder. You can hear the marching noises of kind of hobgoblins passing by, kind of regiments of guards and patrols. This is a very militarized village, if you will. Everyone's essentially a soldier.
All right. First thing, though, we need to find what's happened with Renaer.
Yes, that is a big thing.
So let's check his bed.
Yeah,
Does it look like foul play? He slept in it, or he never slept?
I was going to say his bed does appear as if he slept in it. Other than that, his equipment, and weapons, and armor, everything's gone. Everything he carried on him is gone. He's gone.
He probably went out to do something. I think he went to Skullport early.
You think?
That could be it. That's one thing.
All right, so there's no evidence of foul play, no notes.
There's nothing you've noticed. If you want to do like an investigation check, that's different than what you're noticing based on what you just did.
Yeah, let's do investigation.
I got a 4.
I haven't rolled higher than a 5 yet. All right, a 7.
Yeah. So it looks like someone slept in a bed, And otherwise, you don't see anything else really to indicate any sort of foul play or otherwise.
Let's head out then. And go see if we can't find, what was the wife's name?
Lurkana.
Maybe we can find her. Or go over to Azrog's place.
Okay. All three of you kind of step out. What I will say is I've done a little bit of modification to the map where essentially if a building's interior is hidden, that is a point of interest, okay, if you will, or like there's something there. It may not be anything important, but there's something there. If a building is empty like this, it's just a building. Nothing is meant to be there. But if you were
Put all the buildings.
if you were wanting to hide in a building that has nothing in it like this, then I might make up something on the spot as far as what's there, but there's nothing like planned there, put it that way. So that doesn't mean that they're always going to be empty. Okay, so you guys kind of walk down the street. You can see the what used to be a blacksmith's building that has been converted into Azrog's main kind of throne room, if you will, is here, and guard standing out front on this door.
Okay. We'll greet the guard and say, have you happened to see our companion? We woke this morning and he's nowhere to be found.
He looks at you and goes, "Probably."
I've got to learn Goblin, apparently.
I talked to him.
If you want to at this point, if you would like to say, "Hey, last night I spent an hour learning how to speak Goblin," we can do that if you
Say that.
using your magic book.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that.
Yeah. How about I want to do that?
Okay, so you come out of the room and you are fluent in Goblin. You've used the book's ability to do that. All right, so you communicate with him, and so he tells you, no, he's not seen your companion. He got here to guard the Azrog meeting hall at the change of guard. Other than that, he hasn't seen any sign of anyone who's not meant to be here, or hasn't always been.
What time did your shift start?
You've been here about 2 hours.
Oh, go back to the room real quick.
You want to just say you did something, or?
Yeah, I want to say I felt the bed to see if it was still warm or not.
Okay, we'll stay with your investigation check. You checked it, and you got a 7, you said?
Yes.
It seems pretty warm, room temperature, but that's all you can really gather from that.
Room temperature.
It's tepid. Okay.
You could say it hadn't been recently, I suppose, warmed.
So to the guard, may we go in and see if anybody else has happened to notice where he went?
Don't bother, Warlord, with this. You speak to registration.
Registration? Can you direct us to that?
You got papers?
Yeah, we have papers.
Well, you got those as registration.
Oh. What?
The place you got the papers from, that was the registration book.
Oh, okay. Can we go back to the room though, like to the doorway? I want to look around outside and see if I see anything.
Okay.
Footsteps, footprints.
Investigation check.
All right.
15.
20, not natural.
So this area of town is relatively very well traveled. You can see it's not like covered in dust or anything. It's all any kind of dust or dirt kind of gathers in the corners around the edges of the streets, but otherwise the paths themselves are relatively clear of debris. Soldiers and individuals are walking these streets constantly. There's no real sign of one particular individual necessarily that you can find.
I can see the bed right now. If that doesn't.
I mean, you can't check the same thing again after you've already failed to check.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't trying to do that.
I will say at this point, though, you guys have been up for a few minutes, and you hear Renaer coming around the corner and walking down the street.
Oh. Phew. You gotta let us know when you're leaving, dude.
He goes, "Oh, you guys are up early? I'm just getting getting a walk in. You know, these caves are so claustrophobic. Had to get some. You know, it's not fresh air, but it's space around me. You know, this is a larger cavern than we've been in. Like, sorry, I'm missing you.
We missed.
No, we were just looking for you. We woke up and you were gone. We were worried.
Oh, you found me.
All right. Well, we didn't go bother Azrak about that.
So this city, you guys didn't really have a chance to really explore or anything. Actually, what I should do is have your light on, because there's no lights really in the city except for the occasional torch. If you want to be able to see clearly, you would need some sort of light source that you would be carrying.
So how did Renaer see? He just went walking in the dark?
He's actually, we'll say he was carrying a torch.
Okay.
I'm gonna dim the light and turn it rainbow.
Why?
Don't want to.
Well, I'm not going to turn it rainbow, but we'll say it's rainbow.
No, I want to turn rainbow.
It takes too long.
And I, as George, say, why?
So now you
Turn
see
gold.
the lights on the end of his staff kind of start swirling a rainbow color and projecting multicolors like a crazy nightlight. Okay, so Renaer has rejoined up with you guys now, and you guys are clear to roam about the city.
All right. Do any of these houses have like windows, or are they just like stone walls with a door?
For the most part, they're all just walls with doors. They don't really have much in the way of use for windows necessarily, except in the doors themselves. In some buildings, you'll find like a little sliding door for looking through the door at a guest. But for the most part, there are no necessarily windows. Some of the buildings, the roofs have collapsed, so there's open to the elements that way. But otherwise, pretty much a whole lot of small single-story buildings. Nothing is above a single story.
Well, let's get the lay of the land, but I didn't want to start walking in on doors. This isn't a Zelda game, you know. You can't just go in and start breaking pots.
Breaking everybody's pot.
Where are the rupees? I was just wondering if we could tell if it was a residence versus like a shop or something, or like a public building.
For the sake of this, you can assume that anything that's not been blocked off is probably either collapsed and abandoned, or a residence of some kind, or like this little tiny thing is probably a privy, a bathroom.
Outhouse.
Never go in there.
You can probably tell by the smell.
I don't know. Every now and then you might find someone that was hiding in there.
Ooh, green light.
So
all right, well, let's get the lay of the land. Take a few minutes for that.
Well, I've kind of
light.
As you message.
Okay.
So as you guys are kind of walking about, lots of some greenish flames in braziers flaming.
I want to walk
these
over
cauldrons kind of lining this east area. There is a door right there to a small shack.
A small what?
Like a small house. So continue this direction, you find a tunnel leading out of the city here to the west, similar to the one that you came in with here. More buildings. You see the cavern is is not incredibly tall. These are all single-story buildings. The cavern itself is probably only about 30 feet high. And you do see, you know, stalactites hanging down and such, and some of them do reach down and form into the ground, the cave ground, as you're walking around, kind of forming these large boundaries. See? Here you find yourself back in the registration building where the goblins are hard at work. A lot of these buildings that you're passing by are like barracks or
what are barracks?
Sleeping quarters for all the
military sleeping quarters.
Yeah. As you go this way, you do find a bugbear and blocking this direction.
Wow. Let's walk up to the bugbear blocking that direction and say, "Greetings! Is this the way to the commissary?"
No. Food. Far northwest corner.
Ah, but what's this way then, since we're here?
He goes on to explain that to the east side of Strumculver, there was a large battle with the Drow, and much of this east side is cut off and not safe.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Cool. Thanks for letting us know. Can we bring you back anything to eat? You're probably hungry.
Rat.
Blah!
Ah.
I don't say that.
One. Roasted, I assume, on a stick?
Yeah.
All right.
He hands you
see what we can do.
He hands you a copper piece.
No, on me. My tree.
Okay. He doesn't say no to that.
Who would?
Tasty rat. All right. Let's go get some grub. If there is one. To the north somewhere.
So you want to head back to the north?
Yeah. Go see what we can hear at the commissary.
So turn your way around. So we're going to say, actually, you don't know where you're going. You just heard northwest corner. So unless you want to literally go to the very far northwest, you can do a investigation check to kind of find your way there.
17.
That's all fine.
That's okay. You guys find your way there, no problem. This has been here your whole life. Past many buildings on the way. They're all relatively nondescript. So you get to this building here, find this house, long building with several goblins in it. And as you kind of walk in, you see them kind of preparing food on these counters, and one of them walks up to you, actually walks up to the counter here, kind of waves you over.
Well, let's go over.
Step up to the counter, and Draken, you hear in perfect goblin. You say, need rations?
Aspiration.
You can see them, all the goblins inside there are kind of assembling ration packs, and they're made of like baked mushrooms, rat jerky, moss cakes, and other underground edibles.
Oh.
I asked rat roasted on a stick.
You go, rat jerky, and he hands you a pack of rat jerky, and you go, 5 silver.
Rat roasted on a stick. That's a different thing.
Not today.
Okay.
Would gold change your mind? Without a gold piece.
Oh, gold. Sure. Come back in an hour, I'll have you rat on the stick.
Your finest 2.
Give you 3.
Yeah.
You give him a gold piece, and he kind of starts barking orders to the other ones, and they're all like, "We got all this jerky." Like, no, 3 rat on the stick. So they start cooking up some rats on the stick.
Yeah, I'm going to make.
All right. In the meantime, we will get the regular rations, so we're not using our own. So that's 5 silver.
5 silver for 1 day's rations, little ration packs.
Each or total?
5 silver each for 1 day. 1 day.
So we're taking care for a day. Then we'll get the hobgoblin, the bugbear, his good rattlestick. Make a couple of friends.
Yeah.
It's always good to be friends with guards.
Sure.
Yeah, because then if they're guarding anything that you want to get into, they might let you in.
It never hurts to be friendly.
Okay, so we'll fast forward then, so we're not all be bored, and you get yourself some rattlestick for the bugbear.
All right. Let's head back to give it to him, but let's go a different route.
Okay.
Just look around. See if there's anything of interest.
Well, I mean, so these buildings and such, without going in them, there's nothing like really to indicate outside them. Like even this building here where the food is, there's nothing to say this is where you go to get food. It's just, if you live here, you know to come here with passion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like there's like for this building here that we're next to, there's like 2 guards outside of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, what's in here? Like we could ask them. Like, hey, what's going on in here?
All right,
We're new here.
You talk to the guard.
Yeah.
Well, as you approach, he quickly kind of perks up and stands in front of the door, you know, as you approach, and he kind of puts his hand up with, in Goblin saying, "No entry."
Dragon, translator.
It's Azrok's property.
Ah.
The whole place is Azrok.
This is home? This is where he sleeps and stuff?
No, he don't sleep here.
Oh. This is just like his private quarters? This is his rompus room?
What is it? That's what we're asking. What is it?
This is the war chest. All of the
The
treasure.
war chest. Ah ha ha. Treasury. And they got you out here by yourself?
No, and another hobgoblin comes around the corner. You strangle
No, we're just looking around, trying to get the lay of the land.
his private property.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know. Now we know. See ya.
Very well.
Welcome by.
Hello, what's in this place?
Yeah. Hi there, Mr. Goblin. How are you today?
Goblin is kind of standing at his post with a spear. He was kind of nodding off. What?
What's in this place?
Kind of just startled, like drops his spear as you approach him. He picks it back up real quick and like straightens his helmet and stands up really at attention. A little goblin there in front of you, 2 giant half-orc and dragonborn and human and elves.
What is this place?
And he goes, "I wasn't sleeping."
What is
Didn't think you were, sir.
Here you do see this particular building is relatively well adorned. You see the banner of Azrok across on either side of the door here, and then also on the corners of the building. Much more kind of decked out than other buildings that you've seen so far. And you can kind of, just based on your experiences and such, you can kind of think this is probably Azrok's actual sleeping quarters. You know, like this is where he goes. This is like his sanctuary.
I asked the goblin if it is his sanctuary. I want to be sure.
He goes, "Who wants to know?"
Me.
"I don't know who you are. Your papers?"
So my favorite
Then he goes, "Draken, that's a weird name.
Draken.
You don't look nothing like a picture."
They're horrible at drawing.
Anyway, this is Lord Azrok's room. No non-Azroks allowed.
Okay.
I say, are you the main guard here?
No. Why? I'm doing
I mean, just for Azrok. Are you not Azrok's personal room guard?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm here. I'm here guarding. I'm guarding.
Yeah.
Move
Are
on.
you here guarding every? Would you like a rat on a stick?
What? What'd you say?
Rat? Do you want a rat on a stick? They're freshly roasted.
You can kind of hear his stomach grumbling, and you kind of get a little drool coming off his mouth as you say this. Do a persuasion check with advantage.
Why do you want to go in there?
I'm just making friends. That's the 15.
So, yes, I'm hungry, but I shouldn't. I'm on duty. I still have 6 more hours in my shift. You come back later.
6 hours. That's a. You sure? It might be cold by then.
What do you want?
I just want to talk.
Friends.
He hands out his hand. So you give it to him.
I give it to him.
Takes it. All right, talk.
All right. What's your name, friend?
Salt nose.
Salt Nose.
Yeah.
So, are you the main guard here for Azrok's rooms?
No, I'm here. I'm here because I'm being punished. I spilled food on Azrok's lap. Sorry, war on Azrok's lap.
Oh, I can imagine that probably made him angry. But still, it seems like this is a prestigious position to be his personal room guard.
I've been here for 12 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yikes. You got 6 more to go, huh?
Yeah.
You sure it's done?
Kind of puts the stick down his throat and pulls it out and got a clean stick there. Well, relatively clean.
I don't want to go lick it.
And he hands you back the stick.
Sword? Oh, thank you. I'll put it to good use. So we're looking around. We're new here. Is there anything of interest you could tell us about?
Interest? Well, we're stuck here waiting for Warlord to make a move against the Drow. They've been attacking us every other day, it seems like. I'm assuming Draken is translating for you this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bypassing it since he is fluent now.
Okay.
I would like to ask, eventually can I just stop using the book eventually from looking at all
You do it a lot, yeah.
So Salt knows.
Yeah.
We being new here and stuff, we want to impress Azrok, of course. And we're looking, we know we want to get on something to commemorate his upcoming victory in this war. Do you mind if we go in here just to see? We don't want to get on something he already has, so we need to make sure that we get on something new.
He kind of looks very worried about that. And he actually kind of stands at attention again as another regiment of 4 kind of hobgoblins kind of walk by, we'll say. And he kind of looks at them as they go by and looks back at you and goes, I don't know about that. I'm already in trouble as it is.
I will be in and out 5 minutes tops.
5 minutes? I think I'll stay out here.
I'm going to have you do a persuasion with disadvantage on that one. Even you gave him the rat and everything, but this is a big ass.
I'll help him. I have
Okay, you can do a
Are you
straight
proficient?
roll.
Oh, it's almost a 20. It's a 10.
10's not enough for that, no. He's like, no, I can't. I'm already in trouble. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't.
All right.
Anyway, but if you want, they like, you know, big swords. They like killing drow. They like, you know, being loyal and stuff, and not spilling your food on their lap.
Apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could get him another sword, but he has so many. I don't want to get the same one. But all right. Well, nice talking to you.
Oh yeah, you too. Come back anytime with rat.
All right, let's continue on now.
All right. While you've been chatting here with Saltnose, you have picked up a whiff of an odor nearby.
What's
Oh,
that?
Draken! Gross.
I didn't do anything, I promise.
Eating those deviled eggs. Renaer's also doing this, like the whole time you've been talking, kind of covering his face.
I do precipitation,
And you smell death. Is what you smell. You smell like dead bodies.
Oh.
Something's dead.
Oh. Well, where is it coming from?
Yeah, can we?
Do a perception check.
I rolled a 1.
21.
Anyone?
You rolled a
It's coming from the building that you can, if you kind of look around, it's coming to the east building.
Oh,
Hmm.
we gotta find what's in there.
Over here.
Let's head over there and investigate.
I asked, what's supposed to be in there?
You're asking Saltnose?
Mm-hmm.
Saltnose goes, oh, you'll get used to the smell. That's where the zombies are.
Zombies?
Whoa, zombies?
Yeah, that's where Prita keeps the zombies.
Why do you have zombies?
What?
Why do you have zombies?
Prita Creeper. Have you spoken to Prita Creeper?
No.
Prita Creeper, she makes zombies and stores them there to use against the drow.
Tricky.
That sounds not good.
They're pretty good for fighting drow.
Does he have to kill someone for it, or can he just like,
They're-
boom, I made a random zombie?
They're the drow that we kill. You can make them into zombies and they fight for us, and she stores them there.
Where can I find this Prita?
Oh, she's kind of to the. She kind of gives you start giving directions, and you can't miss it. Like the green flames, you can't miss it.
Oh, that place, I was wondering what that was.
They circle around Azrock's hall here.
Don't we owe the bugbear a rat steak?
Oh yeah, while we're over here, let's go drop off his food.
Okay. You see the green kind of cauldrons on fire over here on the east side. You turn around and
BRB. Let's go.
find this bugbear, and he kind of, as you come back, and you hand him a rat on the stick or two.
Mm-hmm. And the rest of them, both of them.
He takes them, goes, oh, thank you. So starts going to town on him.
And what was your name, friend?
Go boo.
Poo-poo?
Go boo. Go boo.
Go-boo.
Go boo!
Yeah, go boo.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you normally do around here, Gobu, when you're not blocking this passageway to the east where it's unsafe?
Takes out his morning star as he's still chewing. I hate things with this.
Ah.
Type of thing.
Do you stand guard anywhere in particular?
Usually in battle with drow, waiting for drow.
Oh, I bet you're one of the frontline warriors, aren't you?
You should meet my commander.
Oh, yeah? Where can we find him?
Oh, want me to take you?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. He goes, okay, follow me. And starts to lead you. So he kind of just leads you around the corner here. This little platoon of guards, but it's not still there. They're gonna move on. Okay.
You guys got a big militia here.
Oh yeah, fight against the Drow and Xanathar.
Hope you win.
So he kind of leads you over here and knocks on this door with his morning star. Boom, boom, boom. And inside this little room, you see several goblins as the door opens. And you can see here that these 3 goblins are eating rats, like from the ground.
Dead?
And
Raw?
they probably caught them. And there's like this broken, wrecked furniture like out everywhere when you look inside here.
I have him here.
And they all kind of look up at you, you know, And Gobu, he goes, got visitors. Wanted to bring them to my commander. And one of the larger goblins, he goes, oh, and he kind of steps forward and goes, come in, come in, come in. And Gobu walks in, and kind of stands to the side here.
A little tight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll walk in. Or I will anyway.
Okay. Walk in.
Do we all fit?
Not as tight as my hide and seek spots.
Some of them move out of the way.
Hide and seek spots.
And Renaer kind of pulls the door closed behind you. They all kind of just look at you.
What?
All right. So our friend Gobu was telling us how much he loves being a good fighter and fighting the drow for you.
Oh yeah, Gobu, good fighter, very good.
Mm-hmm. It seems to be with that morning shirt. What was your name, friend?
My name, Krekek.
Cricket.
Krekek.
Well, nice to make your acquaintance.
And I'd like all of you to make, if you will, an intelligence save.
Why?
That makes it worse.
God, it just makes it worse, Daddy. Thanks a lot.
That's 7.
Wow.
I got
Of course, Melannor gets a 25, but whatever.
and here got a 10.
Okay, we're gonna roll initiative.
What?
And you guys are all
Or what?
You're all surprised.
By what?
By what? I am surprised. I have no idea what's going on. I rolled an 18.
17 and 16.
Melannor got a 16. I mean, I'm just over here making friends. We have not done anything hostile.
I know.
Oh, why? I'm gonna go out of the room and call the guards or something.
Well, sorry, I did not expect this to happen.
What, you gonna expect us to go with him?
Nope. So suddenly, all 3 of you, actually,
4.
Melannor does not feel this.
Oh.
George and Draken, you suddenly feel this pain in your heads. This sheer, just energy kind of tingling and spike running through your brain. George, you are protected from this.
Am I gonna die?
Maybe.
No.
But Draken,
I'm guessing I'm dying.
you take 2d10 psychic damage.
From what?
Yeah.
Is it a spell?
Hold on.
Is it a spell?
You take
Why?
12 psychic damage.
I got that ring of mind shielding on a whim. Did not expect it to be so handy.
I gotta
So
get
this
out of here.
intellect devourer latches on to the back of Draken's head, and also on the back of George's head. Melannor manages to knock it to the side
Why does he get to do that?
because he succeeded at his intellect save.
Oh.
And meanwhile, these 3 goblins and this bugbear all attack. This all happens at the same time.
Wait. Why? I'm gonna destroy everything in here on purpose.
The goblin boss is the first to act. He is going to do a multi-attack against George, who's standing right next to him.
I don't care.
He breaks out a scimitar blade all of a sudden, seeing George is succeedingly kind of combating this intellect devourer that's latched onto the back of his head. And he goes to waylay you as fast as he can. First attack is only 12.
You mind if I kill everyone so I can survive?
And the second attack is a 20, non-natural.
That does it.
All right, only does 3 points of damage as the first scimitar blade bounces off your shield. The second one barely gets through and nicks your skin just a little bit, just enough, carving in a good inch or so, just drawing blood and getting a little bit of a purchase into your flesh. One of the other goblins,
buddy.
One of the other goblins is like, "Rah!" launches himself at you, making a melee weapon attack against Melannor.
Go Boo, how could you?
Only a 10 to hit Melannor.
That misses.
And then everyone has their surprise round. Well, the other goblin is going to do his attack against George as well. That is a 19 to hit George.
That hits.
This scimitar blade comes in for 8 points of damage, getting in a good stab as he launches in and manages to get. As all these attacks are happening, you're blocking most of them, but one gets in and stabs you in the side. Then we're going to roll for the bugbear as well. He's going to launch an attack at George, multi-attack with his Morning Star. He gets a 16 to hit.
Miss.
Second swing is a 22 non-natural.
That hits.
He's going to do 10 points of damage as his giant Morning Star comes crashing down in the back of your head. Bam! After bouncing off of your muscles first.
Go Boo, you're more evil.
Did it hit the intellect devourer that's on the back of my head?
No, your back of your body, your back.
Oh, okay. I think you said back of the head. I'm like, there's something there.
Yeah. Imagine the intellect devour is at the base of your skull. This is like hitting on the top of your skull.
Okay.
He's being careful not to hit his butt either. All right, to the top of the round, the goblin boss makes another attack.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Well, I'll have it on my turn.
Okay. Another multi-attack against George again, seeing that the intellect devour is not having much effect. He gets a 19 plus 4 to hit.
That hits.
Only 1 point of damage plus 3, so 3 points of damage. He's not making much headway with his attacks that he's making there. And then his second swing is a 20 non-natural.
That hits.
That time he does 6 points of damage with his sword. So there's all these attacks all coming in at the same time. Renaer makes an attack.
Renaer?
Yep. Renaer's going to swing at Draken.
What? I was Renaer swinging at Draken.
Natural 20 on the swing.
Renaer's going to kill me?
And he does 9 points of damage to Draken with his first swing. Second attack. Against Draken, he gets a 27 to hit.
I'm not going to feel bad about killing everyone here.
9 points of damage on the second hit. So Renaer appears to have turned on you, slamming in with the Draken with 2 surprise blade attacks.
You're still a surprise round?
Yep.
What?
I actually forgot to do them for the first surprise round, so I'm doing it now. So now it is the Goblin's turn. Again, coming in at Melannor.
I have a higher initiative than Renaer.
Big old ambush. Big old ambush coming in here. Only a 3 to hit, so he missed. And now it is George's turn to act. After getting...
Oh, y'all messed up. I say, how dare you? Rage.
Okay.
Oh,
Anytime to rage.
so angry. Huh?
If there's ever a time to rage, this is it.
Oh, so angry. How dare you? All right. I am going to swing at this, yeah, let's go ahead and take out this boss. All right. 20 not natural to hit.
Hit.
All right. I'm going to Divine Smite at 2nd level. So my damage is 12 because I'm raging. And then the Divine Smite, that's another 12, so 24 damage.
As you swing your hammer down, it glows, and in this tightly packed dark room, even with Draken's light, it's something that's blindingly bright in here. Not enough to technically blind, we'll say, but still, you come down with your hammer and you just crush this goblin to pieces.
He's dead?
Crumples, and the goblin boss is dead.
All right. For my second attack, I want to crush his head.
Okay, make an attack.
Come on. We're not...
28 to hit. 11 points damage. Because I'm crushing his head to kill the mind devourer that I'm assuming is in there.
So come down with another hammer blow, and the head just kind of cracks. And the skull, and like his blood kind of come out of his nose, and his eyes kind of pop. And the skull's not flattened or anything, but it's definitely cracked.
I should have divided the skull. All right, that is my turn.
Just let that mind devour out.
Draken, you've been stabbed twice by your buddy Renaer, who's like now looking at you with a different glint in his eye than you've ever seen before. These other goblins all around you, and as George flashed through, smashed this one in front of him.
Oh, I'm going to try to pull everything.
One of cold is a cone from you.
Die everything!
Oh, well, this is a spell. I get half damage anyway. So does Melannor.
Full damage.
Cold.
Can I hit the thing on the back of me?
You have to with
Die everything.
So yeah, you can finish it everything.
Can I hit the thing on the back of me? Since
No.
that's the most important
That is
thing.
behind you. Everything is the cone in front of you. That gets hit.
Huh. Well, I don't think that thing can kill me in one turn. Okay, I'm going to do that then.
Okay.
I don't want you to die, but sorry. Are you okay?
We have resistance since it's a spell.
Okay,
Cone of cold. You don't hit your stealth,
I know.
but everything else has to do a Constitution save.
throw or take half damage.
Let's do Renaer first. So Constitution save for Renaer.
I hate him.
You only got a 9.
Okay, good. I want him to die.
All right.
To die.
So I rolled a natural 20.
Okay, you're probably fine. So you
are
get double half damage.
you take 1 damage.
And Melannor got an 8, but he gets half damage too because that aura radiates.
all around you.
Yeah,
Goblin
10 feet.
10. Up there. Those are all the rolls they got. Only one of them succeeded.
Everything in
37
here
damage.
die. And if they die, they turn into a giant ice cube.
So Melannor takes half that, so it's what, 18?
You take a fourth.
And I take a fourth of that, so that's 9.
All right, you unleash this little small area, this staff, just kind of like, and this burst of explosive cold just envelops this room. The door just pops open as this
That's what
force
I
of
wanted to
energy,
happen.
this force of cold air blows and impacts the room and the wall and bounces back at everybody. This goblin is an ice cube and dead.
Yeah, if they die, they are an ice cube now.
This goblin is an ice cube and dead. Bugbear.
Yeah.
But hey, as my bonus action, I am going to shotgun grasp the thing on my back.
And the thing on my back should have gotten that hit too, since it was facing
Right.
Draken.
Being on your back, just roll a Constitution.
Your back is gonna be cold.
Failed.
Because you don't have any armor on, don't you? Do you have armor?
Nope, I have resistance to spells.
Oh, that would be
So
cold.
the intellect of hour on the back of your head suddenly.
Yeah.
I'll
Knock him off.
build the selective fire. So would I know
I mean,
where it
it's
is?
right there. It was a football on the back. So,
Then
I'm not going to say disadvantage.
I'm gonna stop me dressing.
Go roll 1 or you're going to shock and grass yourself.
But then,
I have resistance. Okay, this is the time I want to roll 2. 9.
you take 9
Okay, no, resistance 4.
in half. 4.
Wait,
You lose a reaction.
hold on. Now, he's a friendly character within 10 feet of me, so he also has spell resistance
I'm
too.
gonna use inspiration for the game on that.
You go straight. Well done.
I do not want to die right now. Okay, 24.
All right, you hit the intellect valve.
Now let's get a big one, and I get plus 4, which I forgot to do when I damage myself, but that doesn't matter. 12 damage.
12 damage to the intellect power.
Die.
It wriggles, you know,
Does
but
it fall
it's
off?
still kind of moving. It's not It didn't fall off. It's still latched on.
Something
Melannor's turn.
no reaction.
Can I do so? Produce flame creates this flaming thing in my hand, and you usually throw it. Can I just like stick it on them?
They go
It's still,
All right.
do it and then pick it up.
It's still a spell attack, you know. So,
All right, so that's a 9.
But he picked it up.
This. All right, so that was the cantrip.
you're moving around so much, and this thing is like, kill him. He wasn't able to get him.
All right, so in that case,
Throw it.
and remind me about the new rule you had about cantrips. You can't do a double cantrip.
You can't do 2 cantrips in one. That was being like your bonus action you did. Now you can do
Yeah, so
your action.
that's what I thought.
Another cantrip as long as it is a bonus action cantrip as written.
Just hit it. Just
You have
like,
a
throw it.
staff.
Yeah, whack it.
Yeah, that's Melannor. All right, yeah, I'm gonna smack him.
Right, go for it.
Another 9.
You miss.
I'm gonna pick it
Kind
up.
of bop Draken on the head, but not enough to hurt him.
I'm gonna pick it up.
All right.
Something.
Pick what up?
Nothing.
I'm not gonna touch that thing. I'm not touching it. It's gross.
Renaer kind of does like another kind of, he flips his daggers around, but now facing the other way in assassin mode.
Nice.
And he goes in for the kill on Draken.
Oh, he demon.
All right, so he did attack, an action, bonus action attack.
Evil.
And he's going to run. He moves out, so Melannor, Draken, and George all get
And
attack of
can't
opportunity.
Melannor do a
Yes, he could do a spell.
Oh, okay, then I'm gonna whack him with my staff.
Go for it.
Daniel 20, die!
Okay, you hit him.
I go ahead and go two-handed.
10 points of damage to the ear.
I go commando.
So when does the reaction to get the attack opportunity take place? Is it after he moves 5 feet or before he moves the 5 feet and he turns to run?
It's when he moves out of your line of your melee range.
You can still hit him
You
one
can
more
hit
time.
him before he leaves that range.
Okay.
Kill
So he
Renaer.
would still be like right here, right?
When you do the hit, yeah.
Okay. In that case, I want to do a wall of stone right here.
Now your reaction spell
It's
has
a spell of one action.
to be a targetable, like targeting that creature.
Oh wait, does it?
Light.
Oh, no. I thought I had something here.
You light.
You can use action to make an attack to cast a spell that has a casting time and targets only that creature. Okay. I would really rather not kill him in case we can change him. In that case, let's do polymorph.
Polymorph.
Oh.
Wisdom save.
15.
He makes the save.
All right. George, can you hit him?
All right, George. I will attack.
Honestly, you get to go now.
27 to hit,
Definitely hit.
and I'm going to Divine Smite,
All right.
level 2. So for damage, 13 points of regular damage.
We're gonna do uncanny dodge.
What does that mean?
He halves all damage taken.
Oh. So he's going to take 13 damage total then. Because I just did 13 extra.
All right. So you smash him on the back as he slams the door closed behind him. He's out of view.
I yell y'all to go get him, and I will take care of the bugbear.
All right, that was Renaer's turn.
It's the thing's turn.
It is now the intellect devourer's turn
When?
on Draken's back. It is going to, having unsuccess in getting you, and Renaer getting you incapacitated, he is going to attempt to claw at you.
I was probably gonna win. Actually, I only got 4 health.
All right, only got a 9 to hit.
But I didn't win.
Now he's going to attempt to
You said it can't
do
that.
devour intellect against you. Not
that?
body thief. Devour intellect.
I got 11. Bye bye.
All right, 11. So you take 2d10 psychic damage. 13 points of damage.
I
So Draken
died.
is now unconscious. Lands on the ground as this psychic damage goes into his brain.
Now he can be body too.
Yeah, on his turn.
Yay!
However, another one came.
What? There's more?
This one pops up
They're in the way.
out of the. So this is coming from the goblin boss. So you see the opening. It's going to attempt to body back. Okay. So, I need you to roll d20 and add your intelligence bonus.
Ooh, I got
Not big. So I'm gonna say be a little generous, but since you tied,
well, yeah,
it wasn't enough.
it doesn't get to be excessively high.
It did not win the contest. That's what it did.
Oh,
Both got a
wow.
17.
That was so lucky. I thought I was gonna have to kill you guys by breaking the sack of power and killing you.
All right. It is now
That kind of would have been fun.
George's turn. So George Draken is unconscious on the ground. Intellect Devour, yeah, primed and ready to go on his back. Another one here behind you in the room that you know about.
That do you know about? Okay.
Heal me.
Also,
I
wait,
can.
Bugbear's turn. I'm sorry, Bugbear's turn.
Being
Bugbear's
ridiculous.
just standing there the whole time. He's gonna and swing at George. His first strike. 21. He
All right.
took 6 points of damage half by the Morning
Yep.
Star. The second swing was a natural 1. So he missed completely. And now it is George's turn.
Oh, all right. I am going to attack this one.
The brain. Okay.
Yeah. 18 to hit.
That hits.
I'd
I'm
rather
going
do
Divine Smite at one level, at first level. Ah.
Oh,
That's 6 points of regular damage.
Okay, 6 points of damage.
And then another 9. So 15 points total.
It is not dead. It's bruised badly, and you see it bleeding.
I already electrocuted that one.
This is a different one. This is the one on the ground here, who came out of one of the dead goblins.
Oh.
All right. Second attack. I will hit him again.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yep.
All right. And I will do Divine Spot again.
Well, that
7.
7 damage takes it out. You can
Okay.
take it from the slot, and
Okay.
wash it. Splatters on the ground.
So, and then for my bonus action,
The other one's already electrocuted.
I want to smack the other one on Draken with my shield.
I thought you were gonna say totally dead.
Okay.
Using my shield master skill.
All right. It's a tiny creature. Does that have any impact on your ability to do this?
Nope. If it's within 5 feet and I've used my action to attack, I can use my bonus action to try to shove a creature with my shield if he's 5 feet away.
Well, we've usually done a strength contest, so he has a 10. Okay, shove it into the wall. It takes 6 points of damage, bludgeoning damage from the wall. It's still, you see the bruising it's taken in the cold, it's all the shocking damage and all this stuff. His brain is hanging on by a thread, as it's like no longer latched on to Draken, but it's definitely still in the vicinity.
All right. That's my turn.
Draken, I need you to do a death save.
If it's above 10, you win. If it's below 10, you don't.
And 1 success. So click on the success. Okay. 3 successes and you stabilize. All right, Melannor's turn.
All right, Melannor.
There's still not pictured here, a brain in front of him, kind of against the wall between him and Draken.
Now, Melannor, he has Revivify, but that's only against someone that's dead. And he's not, Draken's not dead, he's just unconscious, right?
He can be healed. Come back.
Revive a body?
Yeah. So I'm going to do Cure Wounds on Draken.
Why do we keep Melannor alive?
At 4th level. So 15 points of healing.
Okay.
And then for a bonus action, I'm going to produce flame against this thing. 18 to hit.
The Draken's eyes open. As he restores 15 health points. And what did you roll to hit? I'm sorry.
18 to hit.
That hit.
So I hit that Flame Devourer for 10 more points of flame damage.
Burns to a crisp. Now, barbecue brains over there on the side of the wall there.
Yum.
Okay, there's still a bugbear in the room and a lot of debris in the corner.
Debris obviously means more thingy.
Melannor would
Yeah,
like.
but that's. Do what?
Would Melannor like to move?
Oh. No, I'm good.
Okay, it's Renaer's turn. Renaer is doing his thing on his turn.
Oh, I'm gonna go get him.
Oh, wait, I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, Melnor's going to try to run out after him. I forgot.
That's what I'm doing.
We'll say that. So Melannor pushes through, and he's going to have to take an attack of opportunity from the bugbear as he smashes
fine.
through the door and comes out here. So the bugbear is going to swing.
Oh, it's resources. Okay.
Natural. Oh no, he got a 7. So 7 plus 4. So missed.
Miss.
Melannor, you bust out the door here. And you kind of look both ways, and you see no sign of Renaer at the moment. Would you like to pick a direction and run, or what do you want to do at this point?
Yeah, I want to run
The door across
that
the
way?
way in this building. There's also to the west.
Can I listen for a second before I run?
You've done your action, then your bonus action. You can make your next turn and listen as an action.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, so that'd be let me go this way.
Are you unable to hear me?
I can hear you, just every now and then I can't understand what you say.
I'll try and speak more clearly.
It does, it gets muffly.
There. And there's no sign of Renaer so far. Next. Although I also should say that Melannor has dark vision. Never mind. I'm going to say he can't see, but he's got dark vision. Renaer doesn't, though.
Okay, I'm gonna put on my light.
Okay, next act with the Bugbear. Bugbear is going to, after missing as Renaer ran out of the room, he's going to
Melannor.
swing at George.
Melannor.
Sorry, no. It's 15 to hit.
Miss.
Second swing. Another 15. Both kind of he put up his shield and actually with his big morning star there. All right, so next act is going to be George.
All right. I'm going to hit this guy. 15 to hit the bugbear.
15 is a miss.
All right, try again. 28. All right, I'm going to Divine Smite. So he's going to take 14 points of damage plus, let's see, plus another 12 points of damage. So 26 points damage.
That's enough. The bugbear crumples to the ground after this devastating blow.
Good, I need to get out of here before one of those things popped out.
All right, so I have to see it. Okay. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna run out.
You're leaving me alone with a little intellect devourer
Alright,
thingy.
That thing's dead. All right, so I see Melannor running that way. I'm gonna run this way. Let's split out, okay?
Get to there.
I can get to there. Okay. Any sign?
Okay, Draken's turn.
I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah.
And bust out of the room.
I'm going to.
No.
I'm gonna see what's in there. I have my light on.
See what's in this room here?
Yeah. I'm
You
going
gonna
to.
come busting up in there?
No, I'm just gonna hear from the door. See. Oh,
Okay.
does the door look like it's been open recent?
Do an investigation check.
Okay. I wanted to know that. That's all I want to know. I got it for you.
You have no idea. It doesn't look like it's been opened any more than the other room, any other door.
No, I meant like if it was just open.
You can't tell.
Can I hear?
You got a 3.
Can I hear to it?
You could do a perception check to listen at the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm trying to like figure out if he went through the door. Did you get? I got 19.
You are looking at the door, and then you go to listen at the door.
I got 19.
You hear shuffling from inside, and suddenly in your mind you hear a voice that says, "May I help you?" And the door cracks open,
Sure.
and you see within
Whoa!
a
Oh Lord.
mind flayer opens the door.
Oh Lord.
And it says, "What's the meaning of this?" It doesn't actually say it, you hear it in your mind. What's the meaning of this?
Oh, I was just I thought maybe one of my not so very friends anymore came through here.
I don't know what you're speaking of.
Did anybody come into your home?
Only you.
Human. Any human.
Interrupting my evening respite.
Sorry. Just so you know, the building behind me has a bunch of intellect devourers.
I see.
Bye.
All right, you slam the door in his face.
Don't do that. I go ahead and leave him.
You go, bye, and you gotta walk off here. Strange. And he closes the door behind you and goes back to do whatever.
I'm gonna go through that alley. Renaer likes alleys, doesn't he?
Well, it's not Renaer anymore.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go backward. I'm gonna go behind the building.
This way?
Other way.
This way?
Down.
That way?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure what you were doing.
I'm gonna go that way.
All right, get to there.
Mm.
You can dash, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash. And of course Renaer or Mr. Mindful Intellect thing is doing that. If I even find him. This place is huge anyway. If I find a guard, I'm gonna
You got
ask.
5 more feet of movement at this point after dashing, but you don't see any sign of Renaer.
I'm gonna use that extra 5 then.
Left, right?
Right. This is a maze. Who knows where he went?
All right, the 3 of you are splitting up and hunting for your old friend.
Definitely old.
You get it. You're no longer buddies. No longer besties. We understand.
You killed Renaer. You're blaming me
Okay,
for trying
combat
to kill
is
him.
officially over at this point. You guys are bloodied from this ambush you guys have been led into. And Renaer appears to have been somehow taken by, you assume based on what just happened,
Those guys in Mind
an
Flayer?
intellect devourer has
Yeah.
body thiefed him.
What? Can you unbody thief without dying?
You don't know.
Yeah, let's do some research on that.
Can I make a
In
check?
the meantime, can I get one of you spellcasters to go back to this room and burn everything in there?
Yes. I would be glad to electrocute everything in there.
No, burn it.
Burn it, fine.
You have any fire you want to cast in here?
Okay.
Don't you have the thing that can change something to another thing?
At this point, this regiment of guards is coming.
Good. Good.
They are.
Not necessarily. We're not sure how far these intellect devourers go.
They hear this racket and they go, chum, chum, chum. They kind of come in here like, what's going on here? As they see you, flames coming out of your hands.
Oh, I say, intellect devourers in there ambush people with intellect devourers in their skulls dead. In Goblin.
Yeah, they're like, intellect devourer. What? What's he saying?
Things that eat your brain and take control of you.
Sounds like a lunatic.
Oh, there was a bunch in there, and they kind of did that to some of you guys.
Are you going to be casting a spell?
Yeah, I'm going to fireball them. No, well,
Is that one still on my back that was frozen?
It fell off at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and
you can open the door and look or something like that.
I'm going to slam the door and explain what's going on before I open the door with a bunch of things in it.
The door is closed.
I go ahead and
talking to this hobgoblin. They all have their weapons drawn, looking at all of you very suspiciously, as they've heard all this giant racket and spells being cast and crazy frost magics.
I tell them what happened to their buddies and like, go boo, betrayer.
Right, at this point, they say, we need to report to Azrock. You three, you come with us. You, when he looks at one of the other hobgoblins, guard this door. No one get in or out.
But they're still in there. Should I burn it?
No burning our home.
Hey, how about this? How about look, I'm protected from these things. How about two of us go in there, we look around, see if there's any more in there. The rest of y'all could stay out here, whatever. You can watch me in case I see them or whatever. You can see the bodies.
Bodies?
Well, they ate
the intellect devourers, yeah, and the
they eat people's brains, take control of them.
All right, they say, move aside to the two of you.
Okay.
All right, your funeral.
We didn't do anything.
All right, you guys move out of the way, and this guy is going to open the door. All right, he opens the door. He's like, goblins, our countrymen, they're dead in here. It's a massacre. And
I point you to brains. I point you to little brains that don't like they're supposed to be their little legs. Intellect devourer, eat your brain.
All right, they do see the chunks of intellect devourers, but also they're seeing chunks of goblins and who are essentially their people. You know, these hobgoblins and goblins have formed a, country here, if you will. They see the brains, and these hobgoblins are not going to have any way of really differentiating between intellect devourers versus just spilled brains coming out of the cracked skulls they see in front of them. At this point,
the frozen one looks like it.
They're all frozen. It's just a Morgan here.
Well, no, but one whole intellect devourer is frozen with the legs.
You point that brain out to them, and
some of the brains.
They go, they look at this thing.
I say there is way more than one of those.
Okay, you're starting to come around now. You're starting to convince them. So I need you to do now a persuasion check with advantage based on this evidence.
22.
Okay. All right, so at that, they start speaking very quickly, and they're talking to each other, and you can hear them. They're like, okay, they're right. There's something going on here, and we need to speak to Azrock. Let's keep this quiet. We don't want to cause panic, this kind of stuff. And
I go ahead.
We need to make sure there's not more of them in there.
I go ahead and say that was just what's in the middle area. There is a bunch of debris in the back that may hold more of those thingies.
After you say that, this one steps back out of the room.
All right. Let me go in. If they can't take me, I'll look around. Keep the door closed until you hear from me again.
They kind of look at you and they go,
Bravey.
Okay.
I'm
All
fine
right.
with
Well, you're walking in by yourself, George.
it.
Yep. Close the door.
Closing the door. You step in. You see the carnage in front of you of the last few seconds.
All right. Well, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and just heal myself.
Here's your dark vision cone in front of you.
Wow.
All right, you're gonna heal
That's
yourself
horrible.
Yeah. Heal myself for 40 points.
a bit. Nice.
Wow.
So I'm going to start looking around, kind of moving things with my hammer, toe my boot.
Okay.
You got fancy boots.
I do have fancy boots. I have 2 pair of fancy boots.
If you die.
All right, I need you to do an intelligence save.
Oh no.
As you start rummaging through all this,
Intellect devour.
All right. It's a 21.
that's a success. Now I'll do another one.
There's 2 more.
At least.
Yeah.
17.
That's also a success.
So there's at least 2 more little things.
That's it. You feel this attack, this psychic attack against you, but you don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
I'd rather not go in there.
You see in front of you just piles of broken furniture in the darkness of this room.
I'm going to do Scorching Ray
Okay, scorching ray at what?
at the pile of rubble in 3 different spots.
Okay, roll attack. Go ahead,
yeah,
let's say,
little thingy.
roll attack with disadvantage just to see if you might actually hit one, but otherwise you can probably hit the debris easily enough.
All right. So for the first one, I got a 10 with disadvantage.
Okay. So that one strikes the furniture and catches it on fire.
Okay. The second blast was a 12, and the third one was an 18.
All right. With disadvantage? Okay. So
Yeah, I rolled a 22 and then the 18.
so the first blast hits some furniture, the broken wood, and it starts catching on fire. Second blast, like you kind of aim like between slats of wood and such, and it goes right into the guts of this thing and starts burning. In a third shot, you look at another kind of hole within all the debris, and you send it in there, and you hear this little screech. So go ahead and do all your damage. Third one actually hit a creature.
All right, so 6 for 1,
Okay, first one was 6 damage.
5,
5.
and 5.
All right, so whatever you hit takes 5 damage, and the wood all in front of you is now on fire in
So those things are going to
three
die.
different places.
Fire.
It's caught on
All right. So I would like to now take a step back and ready my hammer for if I see one come out.
Right. Let's go ahead and do an initiative roll then.
Probably a big
All right.
nest of them in there.
Oh, 6.
All right. Once again, you feel this surge, a spike through the brain. I need you to do an intelligence save.
Now, if I fail this, it just does damage, right? Like it doesn't, they can't do anything to me.
That's correct.
Good, because I just rolled a nat 1.
All right. You take 18 points of psychic damage.
Glad I healed myself.
And a small brain with legs runs out of this flaming debris and pounces at you with a claw attack.
All right, do I get to hit him first, though, because I was readying my action?
Once it gets within range, because it failed to hit you, and so it's like, "Wah!" and like you kind of sidestep and smack.
Oh, gosh. All right, so I can roll?
Yeah.
Okay. 14?
14 hits.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and do a Divine Smite, too.
Okay.
All right, so 13 points of no. How much time has passed?
It's been just a matter of minutes.
Okay, so I'm not raging anymore then.
Yeah.
Rage only lasts like one, or is it one?
It's been a few minutes as you've explained to the guards what's going on.
Yeah, it only lasts 1 minute. All right, so 13 points of regular damage. And then another 12 points of radiant. So 25 total.
You bring your hammer down, it glows brightly and just smashes this brain. It kind of implodes on itself and scatters into pieces.
All right.
Okay.
Same thing. Holding my action.
Well, that was your held action.
Okay. I thought that was like my turn now.
Now, and once again, another spike comes into the mind. I need you to do an intelligence save for me.
9.
Okay. 7 points of psychic damage.
All right.
And just like before, another one comes running out. This one's scorched a little bit, and it's going to try to dash along the side here.
There's a door.
Go in this direction.
So, do I get attack of opportunity then?
You get a reaction attack, yeah.
Oh, 12.
Just hits.
Oh, sweet. All right, that's Divine Smite him too.
Right.
We don't do
All right, so it's 11 regular, 13, so 24.
Yeah, as he runs by you, you're like whack-a-mole. Smash! Now that one's also scattered across the ground, and it's gone. All that's left in this room, as far as you can see at this point, are the dead goblins, the dead bugbear, and flames.
All right. So let's walk up to the door, and
one of the guards kind of cracks it open, but then is like, "How do I know you're who you are supposed to be?"
Get out of the way.
You gonna do a shove?
Yeah, I'm just gonna shove by.
You don't know what he said.
How about before he does that, I say, then what is this? And I hold up a little wand.
It's a wand.
It is the wand of mishaps. I'm just making sure you know what it is, so you're George.
I'm pretty sure Intellect Devourer would know what that is too, though.
Does Draken know that?
No, you know what this is?
It's a wand, I don't know. All right, there are 2 more in there, and there's a fire now if you want to go try to put it out. They're dead.
Okay, you kind of get out of the way, and a couple of these guards kind of gingerly make their way in and start figuring out what's going on here. George, and we'll say Draken, Melannor, all 3 of you.
Wow.
You can do perception checks for me.
11.
I rolled a 15. Melannor rolled an 11.
15, you said?
Yeah.
I don't want the creature to get back. I want Renaer to get back.
All right, good to know, good to know. All right, moving on.
I have a...
Okay, Melannor kind of steps up after speaking to these. Well, actually, does Melannor know Goblin?
No.
Let's see what languages Melannor knows.
I did
Nope.
tell him to be on the lookout for Renaer.
So,
He knows lots of languages, but no Goblin.
yeah, he does. So he's just been kind of doing hand motions, and kind of gives up and walks towards you guys.
I told the guard about Renaer.
Okay,
And,
so they know to be on the lookout. These guards here know to be on the lookout for Renaer. Anyway, these guards do come up to you guys, and they say, "We still should report this to Azrock."
Okay.
Yes, but be careful because anybody could be one of these things.
They kind of look at each other a little bit and suspiciously.
Don't trust anyone.
Oh no.
I hate Gobu now. He was evil. Man.
He's dead.
Gobu is now dead and evil.
I
Dude.
can't believe I wasted that gold on him. I was trying to be nice.
Yeah, we were trying to be nice.
Okay, they lead you to Azrok's hall.
How did those get here?
Good question. They bring you in front of Azrok and Lorcana.
I go ahead and give the story.
You tell them what's going on with
Mhm.
your fluent goblin. Okay, we'll say that you kind of recount what's happened. Lorcana says, I'm sorry to hear about your friend. We will be on the lookout for him. In the meantime, we'll also start, and she kind of pauses for a second and whispers something to Azrok. And then Warlord Azrok stands up at attention and goes, we must do what we can to withstand these intellect devourers. Our hobgoblin forces are the smartest army in all of Undermountain. We will prevail against these intellect devourer creatures and their Xanathar masters. And all these hobgoblins.
Who said they were gone?
All these hobgoblins kind of cheer. It's a pretty well-known fact under here that Xanathar uses these intellect devourers. Bring Orquist to me.
Who's Oakwood?
And a few of the guards kind of run off.
Oh.
And eventually, after you guys want to hang around, anyway, after they run off, Azrok kind of sits back down and kind of pats Lorcana, and Lorcana nods and says, we would like you to, at your earliest convenience, perhaps meet with our resident magic user, Prita, to see if there's something she can perhaps muster to protect us from such.
The person with the cauldrons?
Yes, the green cauldrons mark her entrance.
I heard about the zombies. That's all I know her.
Azrok speaks up. We use all resources in a battle. Even our fallen foes rise to fight on our side.
Cool.
Yes, but shouldn't you only use things that you can control?
Prita controls them under the Azrok banner.
Oh.
Anyway,
I've never heard any such thing turning out well.
Lorcana says, I understand your concern. It is rather disturbing, but it is effective in battle. In the meantime, though, she is a powerful magic user. Perhaps she might have some insight on protection against such foes. And of course, if you have any other matters you wish to attend to, you're free to do that as well. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
I don't like messing with necromancy.
Yep. As you guys are speaking, the guards come back and they bring with them
Mind Flayer.
the Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer is brought into the room. And he says, again, that he doesn't actually speak. He speaks telepathically, which, again, George, you'd have to allow him to speak into your mind or else you won't hear what he says. So
I think Draken can tell me later.
Okay, you feel the pinpricks and you recognize it's telepathy being spoken of, and everyone's kind of looking at the Mind Flayer, and if you unallow it, you don't allow it, then you don't hear anything, but they're all kind of like nodding their heads and stuff.
I'll listen then, yeah, I'll let him in. What'd you say his name was?
Oquist.
Oakwest.
Oquist.
Oakwest.
You get a quest from Oakwest.
So you hear Oquist going, I don't appreciate being brought in without any respect. And Azrok says, I understand you speak with telepathy, but you will do so minimally, so I don't have your filth in my mind any more than I have to. And it kind of, goes, you are an ambassador of Xanathar. You are here to negotiate peace. Yet these adventurers have found intellect devourers in our midst, taking over my men. Explain yourself. The Mind Flayer kind of, see it kind of bristle, the little tendrils kind of wiggling a little bit. And if you knew anything about Mind Flayer anatomy or whatever, you might feel him kind of bristling in anger. He goes, "How dare you accuse me of this? I'm not the only mind flayer in Undermountain. We're not all alike." Because I am here as an ambassador of Xanathar to negotiate peace. I am not doing anything to infiltrate your ranks. Any of these creatures are coming from other sources and not me. Azra goes, "Huh.
Okay.
We have only your word to go off of that. At this point, you shall remain in your quarters without leave. You will have guards at all hours until this is sorted out." And Olquest goes, "Or I'll just leave and return to Xanathar and forget about the peace arrangements." And Lorcana speaks up and goes, Hold on. We don't wish to lose whatever chance of peace we have with Xanathar and Skullport. Well, you should have thought of that before you brought me out of my room and into this filth.
So perhaps we could come to an accord, and you can, show them that you don't mean anything by telling us more about how to maybe detect these intellect devourers, that someone is under their control.
Yeah, then we can have proof.
Yeah.
Okay, we could do let's do a persuasion check here. We'll say, given the circumstances, we'll make it a straight roll.
Okay.
Straight roll.
19.
As you say this, Lorcana nods and goes, "Oh yes, that would be very helpful to help us clear up all of this mess." And Olquist goes, "I can tell you about the intellect devourers. Of course, everyone knows I and my compatriots in the Xanathar Guild do use such creatures in our battles and infiltration, but these are not ours. These are not mine. But if you wish to know what to do about them," then he starts to go on about how to protect from intellect devourers in general.
Be more intellectual.
Intelligent, you mean?
He says, "Be more intellectual." Oh, Chris goes, "Exactly." Anyway,
Why do you think I don't like them?
No, that's right in Draken's character for you to say that.
It is? Why?
Draken's not very intelligent. Anyway, he goes on to say that any creatures who have had the spell Protection from Evil cast on them are able to prevent the body thief action of an intellect devourer. Also, if
Mind ring.
that same spell is cast on someone who has been intellect devoured, it will drive the intellect devourer out.
Would they still be?
Oh.
If this was to happen, the host will be dead, but be free to be resurrected if such things could be done.
No, done it before, we can do it again.
So at this, Azra goes, "Thank you." And Olquist kind of bristles and goes, "Fine, I'll let this transgression pass for now. Peace treaty talks can continue. But I do not wish to be held against my will." And Azra kind of goes, "As long as you're," and stops because Lorcana kind of puts a hand on his shoulder. And Lorcana goes, "Of course, you will not be guarded any more than for your own protection as you stay within our halls." And Olquist goes, "Fine," and turns to leave.
So the protection for evil good only protects them while the spell is active, right?
Yes.
Or your ring. You never said anything about the ring.
I don't want anybody to know about the ring.
That ring is a big help.
I'm kind of wishing it.
I did not know idea that ring was going to be so helpful. Which, by the way, according to the description, it is invisible.
Oh, is it now? Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. At this point, Ulquest has left. Lorcana turns to the three of you and goes, "We'd like to extend our thanks for bringing this matter to our attention. And we will be most grateful if you can continue to help Azrok's dominion here in Undermountain in as many ways as you can. And you will be, of course, greatly rewarded and praised." And Azrok goes, "Glory and honor." And everyone goes, "Glory and honor," you know.
Yeah, glory, honor, yeah.
Okay, so everyone seems to be dispersing now. You can kind of go about your business. But
All right.
at this point, Renaer does appear to be gone.
Like he left.
But we could get him back.
It is possible to get him back, depending on what
Well,
happens.
where do you think he went? Back to whoever.
You asking me?
Do you know?
I know where everything is.
Did you plan for us to?
I know everything.
I just have a. Is there any hints to if Renaer left the city?
You have no idea.
I'm gonna go talk to every single bird in the city.
Okay, you're here in Azrok's hall. Everyone's kind of mingling about and talking a bit and discussing these new current events. You know, the goblins, Draken, you understand them as they're all going, "Oh man, we got to worry about the drow. We got to worry about the Xanathar. Now we got to worry about these brain suckers." And they're all kind of like everything's kind of on a downer as far as morale goes with this. What would you like to do?
I would like to try to think back to after we noticed Renaer was missing. And then when he showed up and everything, before we did all that stuff while we're doing it, if he was doing anything telling. Like hindsight being 20/20 and all that, like.
Well, how about you do, let's say, roll a d20, we'll add in your intelligence modifier, and yeah, that's all I can do, really.
Oh, so roll a d20. Okay. I have no intelligence modifier, so 10. 15.
15. You're thinking back, and the only times that you can think of in recent memory where Renaer has not been like close by has been last night, as well as there was that one time where he was in the bathhouse.
The bathhouse.
That would have been a long time
At the
ago.
Goblin Village. There's that time.
You
And
thought for a
then,
long
of course, you can't think of every single moment that he may have been on his own during your travels through the Underdark. You know, there's most of the time you've been together, but, you know, you got to go relieve yourself and kind of walk off a ways, that kind of thing. That kind of stuff happens every now and then, you know. From what you don't remember any kind of tells as far as when this happened.
You didn't like start.
I'll say
acting
that what
weird.
Ulquest has just kind of informed everyone about intellect devours in general. You have learned that whenever the body thief action happens, that the intellect devourer retains everything that the original host had, as well as everything the creature knew, including all spells and languages, that kind of thing. So it's whenever it took control of Renaer, it knew everything Renaer knew. So there was no real like fooling it with information, like, you know, it would know what your wand was and stuff like that. It knew everything Renaer knew.
No, like I don't know that.
You know that now.
All right.
So its personality and everything was all essentially the same. It's hard to tell when this happened.
I'm going to be just casting this spell all the time, apparently. Does anybody else have this spell prepared? I have it, but...
And I can't change.
Melannor
that
can
spell now.
learn.
Yep.
Yes.
He can prepare it, but that's a long rest. Okay, so Melanor's going to learn it too.
All right. And sounds like the local spellcaster here is Prita. May be asked to prepare it herself, but There's a lot of people to cast it on for one person, probably.
Yeah. All right. Let's go talk to Prita then.
Okay. You guys start making your way out. Lurkana kind of gives you a knowing look as you are leaving her presence, with the quest that she's given you. Okay, you guys head toward the green flames. Several kind of cauldrons line this path here, and they are lit by what appears to be a continual flame spell, which is, you've seen those before in Waterdeep street lamps. Although these apparently have a green tint to them. As you approach, you see a modest home has been kind of dug into the walls with stone and the collapsed cavern wall here. The door is slightly ajar, and you see small little harmless rats scurrying about, going in and out of the building. This goblin kind of nods at you as you walk by, like, hey, but he lets you go through without stopping you. Come up to the door.
I do knock, 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 knock.
Okay, you knock on the door. It goes,
Yes, who is it?
Oh, Lord.
Mm.
you don't like my voices?
That's
That's fine.
that sounds like an old evil hag.
Hey, I did it right then. The door kind of cracks open, and you guys are just startled as you see this long eye stalk kind of reach around the door and look at you guys.
And like,
Yes, who is it?
we were coming to see if you have anything against mind intellect devour things.
Intellect Devourer.
Like anything to stop them.
Besides the usual,
What's the usual?
Being smart.
Yeah.
Protection from evil will work as well.
I know, but
and that now you're just seeing this eye stalk peeking around the corner of this slightly ajar door. As it's kind of looking at the three of you, kind of weirdly.
What's with the eye?
Oh, they didn't tell you about me.
And
Not much.
not much at all. Only that you make zombies.
so she opens the door, and you see this, what looks to be an old human woman, except her face is completely misshapen.
Because he's a human except for her
Her
eyes.
eyes kind of protrude out in these long beholder-like eye stalks, and her mouth is large with sharp teeth, and she has this kind of blue tint to her skin. But otherwise, the rest of her looks essentially like an old woman.
What happened?
Oh, things happen.
Mad Mage?
Hmm.
No, not the Mad Mage. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Intellect of ours, you said.
Yes.
Come in, and she kind of waves you in.
There has been sightings of intellect devourers here.
All right. So as you walk in, you see, besides her kind of ghastly-looking face, on the shelves in this small room are many alchemical ingredients, moldy books, some potions and bottled items on the shelves. And you see this cauldron in the middle of the room, kind of boiling with like witch's brew, so to speak, with little burps as the lid kind of pops a bit.
What are
There's
you
bubbling
making?
underneath.
This is my dinner.
He picks up a rat and throws it in.
So why is someone as intelligent and powerful as you working under Azrog's leadership?
They needed my help. They didn't judge my appearance.
Who are we to judge appearances when you see him, right? According to Draken.
You three are very handsome, He goes, well, if you must know, I was once an apprentice of one of the Mad Mage's apprentices. It's kind of a sub-apprentice, if you will.
Sub-apprentice. Okay.
It didn't turn out very well for me.
What happened?
Well, have you heard the name Arcturia before?
I haven't.
Arcturia is one of the apprentices of the Mad Mage. She is quite insane.
Powerful?
Very.
Oh.
Anyone who fails her is met with death or disfigurement. I failed her one too many times. She blessed me with my current look, and I managed to make my way here.
Made it pretty far up.
Could it like remove curse or something? Fix it?
No.
Greater restoration?
No, I've tried all those things. I've come to just with what I have.
So you mentioned the apprentices to Alistar. What can you tell us about the Nothics?
The Nothics?
Yeah, those guys.
Well, many try to become apprentices of Hallister or others in Hallister's group. Most fail.
And they turn into those.
Most turn into Nothics, others such gibbering, mouthing creatures, or just go insane and destroy themselves.
Is there any way to change a Nothic back?
Not that I'm aware of. Maybe a wish?
They've tried to wish for you?
It's too much of a risk. I'm content with just leaving it as is and being useful here if I can.
Well, there was a big intellect devour thing that it did its thing to a couple of
pesky creatures, those intellect devourers.
Yes, they seem to be infiltrating. We're not sure how far they are.
Yes, well, protection from evil, resisting their mental attacks. Perhaps any sort of boost to intellectual capacity, resistances and such.
Yeah.
We may need to start systematically casting protection from evil.
I don't know if I have that much to cover the entire army. I might start.
Well, I mean, it would have to be all at one day, maybe like a random draw.
Perhaps you're right.
To do a few.
You can start maybe. She starts looking through her books on the shelves and starts flipping through them. Maybe I can concoct some sort of supplements they can add to their daily rations to help with this.
Or
it's not a bad idea.
Is there a way to make it permanent?
Over time, almost anything can be permanent if cast enough times. Almost.
I was gonna say if some people had it permanent, and you can move on until everybody here has it permanent. And
that would take many weeks. I'm afraid the infiltration, if it's happening, would be too fast for such a thing.
Yeah. I think you have to cast it like every day for like a year before it's a permanent effect.
Right. She says, well, listen, may I ask, what adventurers like you're new around here, what's your stake in all of this?
Well,
you know Alistair. Do you know about his game?
Oh, the game. Oh, dear.
We're playing the game.
Well, in that case, you three plan to go deeper then?
Yep.
I guess until we reach him, I guess? I don't know.
Well, maybe, I'm sorry to ask such a favor for some people I've just met, but with the intention of going deeper, you're one of the few I know. Far down in the depths, on the 14th level. of Undermountain lies Arcturia Doom, the domain of my former master, Arcturia. Like I said, she cursed me with my hideous form. Among her victims is another one named Alucier, a man whose very blood is magic. She draws upon it like a well. If you free him, I implore you, please, if you can, free him. If not for his sake, then for all the sake of Undermountain, to free and relieve that special magical blood source from Arcturia's domain. She draws on it. It powers her many machinations. If we could free her of this and free him from her control, it would put a huge damper on what dangerous, horrible evil she can bring upon this world.
But if we can't free him, would it be better not to just kill him?
Perhaps, if you must. It would be a shame. But yes, that would be better than allowing this to continue. Be forewarned, though, it's a long journey.
Yeah.
Arcturia herself is a lich.
I told lich.
A horrible creature of undeath and destruction and misery.
Well, I have my own way of dealing with witches. I have my hammer.
I hope it's effective.
Well, and this is the apprentice to this Mad Mage guy. This guy's insane. Like
He
power.
is one of 7 apprentices of the Mad Mage.
Mad Mage is insanely powerful.
Can you tell us any more about the apprentices or Alistair himself?
Alistair, I had very limited contact with. Most of my dealings were with Arcturia, my master. The other apprentices, I saw a few every so often. I can tell you about Muriel. Muriel is an awful, awful creature. Part man, part scorpion, all evil. He's driven insane by the crazy transmogrification of his body into what it is now. He used to be a wizard like anyone else, and now he's this insane monstrosity creating undead wherever he goes.
Oh yeah, it's always evil creating undead, isn't it?
Not always. And aside from Arcturia, there's also Trobriand. He coats himself in metal and creates magical constructs. Very, very dangerous.
Seems like is he even a wizard or is he just a big fighter
He
dude?
specializes in these construct machines, magically built.
Like artificer?
Something like that.
I haven't seen that many of those.
The others I haven't really had any contact with, and thankfully.
Apparently.
Do you know what floors these two you have talked to are usually reside?
Well, as I said, Arcturia's domain is
14.
the 14th.
14.
What about the other two people?
Muriel tends to be on the 10th. Trobriand, he moves about here and there.
Is that Trobrian's the scorpion one?
Trobriand's the metal.
No, Trobian's the metal.
guy.
Oh, so we gotta go against a scorpion or 10 and the metal construct guy we might find anywhere.
Trobriand visits with the Mad Mage himself on the deepest levels many times, but also he has his own domain on level 13.
You know, we ran into a metal construct thing about 2 floors up. It thought it was a wizard, but it couldn't cast anything. Could that be one of Trobrian's?
The fact that you're still standing makes me doubt it. It sounds like a flawed one if it is what it is. Anyway, she
continues to chat with you guys, but that's pretty much all the information she has to give you.
As far as Octuria, I mean, you were her apprentice, so you must know her pretty well.
It's been many, many years since I was down there, but you could say we were close as one can be to such a creature.
Did she have any routines that she followed, like things that are predictable?
That maybe we can, if we ever get down there and we remember, we can like sneak in there when she's not here.
She spends much of her time interacting with Hallister himself on the lowest levels of Undermountain. She's not always in her domain. In fact, you could potentially find a Lucia there without any of her interference at all, since she would not be home, so to speak. It's very likely. I will tell you, she has forged a weapon capable of cleansing all of the 14th level of Undermountain of all life, a weapon of mass disintegration. Not even Hallister knows about it. And to activate it, the weapon requires 6 mithril keys. But if such a thing were to be activated, I suggest not being there when it goes off.
Does she have all keys?
As far as I know, she has complete control over this weapon.
Would it destroy her?
No. It's a risky mission I'm sending you on, and I understand if it's too much, but obviously, if this weapon goes off, then perhaps the Lucier also will be put out of his misery. Well, it's obviously a long way down, so I won't expect anything anytime soon, of course, but if Lucia is freed, I would be very grateful. And you would be doing all of Undermountain and perhaps even the world a great service.
I wonder what would happen to Undermountain if the Mage ever went away.
She says, who knows? Such a thing has never been done as far as I've been alive.
Do you know what race he is?
He appears human, but he's lived much longer than any human I know of. Anything else I can help you gentlemen with? Her eye stalks kind of look at all of you individually.
What's the point of the game?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Neither do I.
All right. Well, we won't take up any more of your time.
Oh, anytime. I appreciate the company and the lack of judgment from my end.
I get it.
Have waves goodbye as you make your way out. And you're free to roam about the city.
All right. Well,
And then there were
maybe we should start. Yeah. Maybe we should start heading to Skullport, work on this other mission to find this dagger.
Maybe Renaer even went there.
Maybe, and if he does, maybe we can cure him.
Well, he has to die first.
Well, yeah.
And I will do
But-
that.
Let's kill you so we can help you.
And I will do that personally.
But I have the protection from evil and good spell, and Melannor can learn it tonight.
Okay.
I don't have it.
Yeah, I'm excited if you guys go to Skullport. Start to make your way to the west of the city here. You ask, goblin or two as you go, like, quickest way to Skullport, and they point you in the way, and essentially you start to exit the city, find your way into this tunnel. Kind of meanders north a bit first, before it splits into 2 directions. You find a platoon of hobgoblins guarding this intersection as you go.
No.
They continue to point. You show your papers first, and satisfied, they will direct you to continue south.
I was going to ask, how come you are all guarding over here?
We must protect Stormcolder from all sides.
Huh?
Skullport is the home of villains and Xanathar. We are negotiating peace, but until peace actually happens, we stand ready. Continue this direction, going south. In this room, by the way, you see on the walls of this little cavern here, you see shelf-like fungus clinging to the walls. And one of the hobgoblins is like snacking on it, like not even thinking about it, just kind of breaks off a piece and starts eating on it.
What is it?
Ripplebark. Tastes better if it's cooked, but it's fun. This cavern kind of opens back up into another one of these mushroom forest areas. See a lot of the barrel stalk mushrooms and such that you've been told about before as a source of food and water. You pass through there uneventfully.
I try one. It's edible.
Tastes like biting into a celery stalk. The path continues and continues south until it goes off the map. First of all, it takes about a couple hours trekking through the caverns to get to Skullport.
Is it like signs, or do you know?
It's a well-traveled path, and you don't see anybody else on the path as you go. Eventually, you start to
See why
hear the noise, the sounds of civilization. As you approach from this direction, from Colder, you find yourself coming through a crack in the wall into a enormous cavern, larger than any cavern you've ever seen so far. This cavern is over 100 feet tall. You can't even see it so high. In front of you has cobblestone streets and brick and wood and stucco buildings in front of you. You see these light sources, and you see a guard in the distance as you start to approach into this area. Just like the other city, any building that's blocked or blacked out is a point of interest. Any building that you can see the floor and such, that's just a random residence or such, as far as this map goes. Above you, you can see crisscrossing above you catwalks, wooden walkways, crisscrossing between buildings above you. You see ship netting between buildings. At any point in time, if you wanted to, you could do an acrobatics or athletics check to climb up anywhere to get to the upper levels of the city. As the city does go up and up, buildings stacked on top of buildings on top of buildings.
Cool.
As you're walking past this building, there's suddenly this burst of superheated steam kind of gets emitted out of these vents on the side of the building, and you're just barely missing you guys as you're walking through here. Now, there's no safety restrictions in this area. This building just kind of emits this steam vents, and you can hear like hammering and tinkering from this structure as you walk by it. Until you get to see here, the light sources in this area are poles, like light posts, with these large circular tanks, little electric eels inside them, off light.
Electric eel.
Yeah. Like as you look up, there's these crisscrossing walkways. There's 3 tiers to the city. So at any point you could travel to, as you can see back here, like these long supports holding up buildings above you, walkways and nets. So you can go up to the 2nd level, the middle level, and you can also go up to the 3rd level. There's 3 different levels of city here that you can explore over time.
Wow.
But at any point you can climb up netting and such with a check. but otherwise there are actual stairs and such to climb at certain places to get to higher levels. Another picture. This is from an old Skullport image from a long time ago, but you can see all the creatures and such. So as you walk through, you see several of these kind of guards standing around, and you approach them.
Hola, amigos.
They kind of look at you strangely. Yeah. What is it?
Greetings. Yeah, we're new in town. Could you direct us possibly?
A bunch of sunshiners, eh?
Yeah, see what Kate calls that. Although it feels like we have been down here for a little while.
Well, I suppose we can help you get around. Where you want to go?
Well, can you direct us to the Flagon and Dragon?
Flagon and Dragon? I guess you could go there. There are better taverns, though.
What?
Oh, we've heard good things about this one.
Flagon and Dragon, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Sure, come on. So, one of them starts to lead.
Insight check.
Oh, come on. Inside check.
All right.
Charge.
I ain't just gonna follow anybody.
Charge.
14.
19.
All right. George, he's hard to read. These guys, they're all very shady looking anyway. This whole place is very shady.
I got 19.
But Draken, you have a bad feeling that he's not leading you where you're wanting him to lead you. Yeah.
I know you're lying.
Okay, sure. This way. And
what's in this building over here next to us? There's a bunch of steam coming out.
oh, that's Thaglar's foundry. You know,
Durgar?
Thaglar. Durgar, yeah. Makes a bunch of armor, weapons, that kind of thing. It's like a big smoke.
Oh, well, don't want to take up your time. I kind of want to go see him. So we'll see you later.
I
Are
knew.
you sure? I know how to get there.
I know you're lying,
Well,
dude.
we want to go right here though. Just check out because look at me. I'm not wearing any armor. Probably need something like that, don't I?
All right. You kind of walk on by. He goes back to his post. He's kind of leaning against the wall, kind of laughing to his buddies. He's got pointing at you guys.
Liars. Trying to lie to us. With my good insight.
Okay. We have this building to the east here. It's a large, tall, ugly stone foundry.
Ugly.
It stands 3 stories tall. It stretches all the way up through all 3 levels of Skullport.
Well, probably different buildings. Like different things.
It juts up through the entire elevation. You do see walkways coming off of the different levels as this thing is several floors.
Oh.
And yeah, the steam vents are coming out all over the place. And you hear a lot of noise of workers within.
And Durgar noises.
You want to go around and
Let's check it out.
all right, you come up and enter this building, and you see several Durgar, these dark dwarves. They're all working away. They're all these different smelting machines and anvils and furnaces and all this stuff, like blacksmith to the extreme. They're making you see they're like rows of swords and armor and metal ingots. And a lot of them have the Xanathar symbols stamped into them, into these helmets and pauldrons and so on. And this large Durgar looks at you guys and goes, "Hail."
Hello.
Hail. Hello.
You speak common?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Ah. So I'm a fledgling smith myself, and just wanted to check out. I had heard tales that the Iron Eye clan were the best smiths around. You know anything about that?
Iron Eye Clan, you say? Well, not to be rude, but I don't know you from anyone. Who's asking?
Oh, well, we heard it up on level 2 at the Goblin Market. Some guy up there was saying, like, hey, if you're interested in learning about smithing, go find the Iron Eye clan, level 3, Skullport.
Iron Eye
Well,
Clan.
heading there anyway, might as well ask.
Like, he starts interrupting you. The Iron Eye Clan know nothing about smithing.
Oh, well, what clan is this? I might have misheard.
Come here to get their weapons. They don't know nothing about making no smithing. You hear that, boys? And I was like, Iron Eye, a bunch of dummies, you know.
Well,
Oh, maybe I misheard then.
This is the Zundorn clan. You come here. I'm Thaglar Zundor.
Oh. Well, that's too bad. As I had told this guy that we would deliver a message for him for the Iron Eye clan. Can you tell me where to find them?
They came here several days ago. A bunch of them stocked up on weapons. They patched up their armor, sharpened their swords.
Sounds like they're looking for a fight.
I don't really like that bunch. I jacked up my prices on them. Haha, and they all start laughing.
That's a good one. I have to remember that one.
So, I don't know where they went. I know they went across to the market to get rations. Otherwise, I don't know where they are now.
well, do you know like where they like? Do they have a building like you?
I don't think they live here.
Oh, they don't. Oh, I thought they were living.
Do you take in apprentice blacksmiths to like teach on the side or anything?
I'm too busy to get an apprentice. I got so many. You see all these dwarves around, and also if you actually look to the northeast, you can't really see it here, I suppose. But there's actually a staircase, and this building's just dark except for the light coming from the furnaces. There's actually a spiral staircase in this corner over here. Not that you're going over there.
You go to all 3 levels.
And it goes up, and you can hear above you more hammering, smithing happening above you.
Oh,
This is a
big operation.
We got plenty of workers here. Don't need another one.
You guys probably make a bunch of money for
Just trying to expand my abilities. You understand that. What's the clan name? No, this clan.
Here, this is Zundorn.
Yeah, can't blame a guy for trying to expand his horizons.
I respect that. You want to purchase anything?
Maybe later. Let's get our lay of the land. Do you happen to know where the Flagon and Dragon Tavern is?
Flagon and Dragon is. That's not really doesn't really serve my kind of ale there, but it's run by some elf.
Well, do you know where it is?
Yeah, it's in the middle of town somewhere. Can't miss it.
This floor?
This floor?
3 floors.
This level?
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna stick around Skullport, you should learn the lingo. The lower area here is called the dredge.
Oh, well, is it in the dredge then?
In the dredge, you see lower trade lanes.
Okay.
The middle
Where
area
was the dredge?
is called the Venter. And then there's the crown on top.
Ventor?
The Venter, Venter. Central area. And then the crown. Baglar is
So this is separated into caste system. So it's like laborers, marketplace, middle class, and then royalty.
Pretty much he explained it to you, I'll explain it to you too. Because the dredge is split up into 3 sections. The west is called the lower port. The middle are the lower trade lanes. And then the east, on where you are currently, is the lower heart. This area is mostly businesses, taverns, so on.
We want the lower trade.
And housing on this level is usually poor. The central area, the Venter, is the central port, the central trade lanes, and the central heart. Mostly private housing, ranging from good to poor condition. You do have a lot of businesses as well that are kind of higher class. And then the crown, upper trade lanes, and the upper heart, mostly very well-off private homes and the best quality businesses with a few exceptions.
They have the upper port too, or they don't have the port?
There's no upper port, no.
Well, we appreciate it. We won't take up any more time. I know you're very busy.
I appreciate being a kind face.
That's me.
Not with it.
All right. So let's go. Where do you think this was? The second level?
The Flagon and Dragon was on the dredge, the lower trade lanes.
Oh, trade lanes. Okay.
So in
All right, so let's head east then.
The tavern called the Kraken Helm. You go past what looks like a pet store called the Feathered Rat. This is where pillars of stone stretch through the cave.
oh,
The Guts and Garters Inn and Tavern. You pass by there. Private residence. You see the sign of a name you have a hard time pronouncing as you go by it up in the doors. So eventually, as you're coming through, you do see a light in the air. And
is there people around?
you do see people around. I don't have a bunch of people in this city,
Oh.
but you do see people. You see kind of skulking around and kind of eyeing you guys as you go by. You're obviously much better dressed than most of them. A lot of poor, kind of disheveled looking figures as you walk through this very shady town. This is kind of gloomy. But meanwhile, this light is starting to float
It's a
through
skull.
this area here and kind of bobbing in the street.
It's a flame skull.
This small flaming objects floating in the air in front of you as you approach. And many of the people that are walking around, and it's not like super crowded. It's not like New York City or anything, but there's a lot of people just kind of meandering and carousing about. But they all kind of give this skull a bit of a wide berth as they walk by.
Well, yeah, it's on fire.
I suggest we do that.
This flame skull is
Do
kind of
that too.
floating down the street towards you.
I can't
And
tell.
as it's kind of going by, you hear it kind of talking and muttering to itself, and it's some sort of language you don't understand. Except for you, Dragon.
Not even with that helmet? Yeah.
Except with your helm of
What
languages.
is it?
You hear it kind of muttering to itself. It was, I had toast. Had toast yesterday. Toast with butter. It's kind of just muttering it and kind of going on.
Being random.
Buttered toast sounds good right now.
Butter toast.
It's kind of moves off down the road and
It's talking about butter
it's kind of
toast.
muttering to itself. But it reminds you, Draken, of like a crazy old man. It's like muttering to itself as it goes by. You all kind of brace yourself as you see it kind of float on by, but it pays you no mind. It keeps going. So eventually,
The Flagon and
There it is.
Dragon!
you find a tavern with a distinct sign post called the Flagon and Dragon. As you find yourself finally in front of the Flagon and Dragon Tavern here in the middle of Skullport, deep in Under Mountain.